I'm Randy Alden with Post Perspective. We're here at NAB 2024, and this is Lauralea Otis from Marvel Studios. Lauralea, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So you're here. This is day 3. Losing track of the days. There's no calendar at NAB. It's just one mush.
Yeah.
So why don't we first tell people what your job is at Marvel and what your sort of remit was for being here at the show.
Yeah, sure. So I am a manager of technology at Marvel, and what that means is, obviously it's a large production company, but we basically work with filmmakers from filming to theater and just try to help them. So the basic tools that we help with are databases, on-set tools, custom tools for anyone that wants them. And we do screening rooms, and we do workflows, so getting data places. We help with a lot of image checking, so you can imagine at a VFX production company, mostly they get a lot of images in from a lot of different vendors, and so we write tools to help with that. Basically anything that we think will help save time for the people on the show. And then we also work on new technologies. Anything that's coming out, we investigate, see if it would work for our filmmakers, demo it to them, and then help put it in the pipeline. So that's sort of the fun part, is doing the new stuff.
So you're constantly sort of evolving what it is that you do.
Yes.
Depending on the project.
Yeah. Different projects have different requests. And then we do work with a lot of repeat supervisors and producers. So some of them already know what they want, some of them don't, and we try to help them. And then recently, the last couple of years, we've just done a lot more content than we used to do. I've been there for a long time now. And with the more content, one thing that we refocused, I basically manage a team of programmers, is making our tools more efficient, web-based, easier to use, easier to explain. We do a lot of documentation, so someone in a different time zone can sort of pick up a tool and just run with it. And that's sort of, that's the day-to-day.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm not going to lie. It seems like a lot. So NAB, what have you seen that's impressed you that you think that you guys can probably incorporate into workflows to make your lives easier?
There's 2 things that I've seen that I have really been interested in. One is a company, I think, called Iodine. They came out with a new small drive that still has encryption and geotagging. So we, unfortunately, do a lot of stuff on drives still, and those drives get lost or stolen. Smaller drives, I was learning from this company, the reason that they don't have all the security that larger drives do is because they overheat, and that makes them slow. So they used to strip out things that were costing those small drives to heat up. Now they've discovered a new kind of vent in the drive that makes it so they can do anything they want in a very small amount of space. And I thought that was really cool.
That is cool. So that's one thing. What else have you seen?
The other thing I've seen, which we've already been sort of doing this, is markerless mocap. I went to a booth, and I can't remember the name of it, but of course, humans have so many limbs and things that you can sort of easier do human markerless mocap, but this company had started to do markerless mocap on other objects, training their system to do balls. It was more of a sports company, but I could see it applied to a lot of things, where their technology, eventually you could say, okay, here's this asset, track it without any markings on it.
Interesting.
So I think that will be huge eventually, because if you can imagine a scene where you can just sort of train it on everything in that scene and then get all the mocap for the scene without really having to be on a mocap stage or have a lot of extra costs, that's going to be cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about, everybody here is talking about AI. How do you feel about it? Is it helping? I don't mean do you think the robots are coming, but in terms of just helping with the day-to-day repetitive tasks.
I personally love AI. I use it almost every email I write just to check what I've done, and I use it. I'm a big fan of Firefly, so at night I'm making my own images and doing my own thing. But in the workplace, I think it's going to be a slow adoption, and I didn't see anything really. I mean, maybe you have. Did you see anything new this
Well,
time?
Adobe had a release, I think it was
Yeah.
yesterday, and they updated Firefly with some pretty cool
Right.
AI tools to make it easier to work with.
Yeah.
And then they're also giving you options depending on what tool you want. Apparently everybody has like their favorite AI
Right.
tool, so they're like, here, use what you want to use. So that seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. But I do think it's here to stay, and I'm happy to embrace it. You know, I've talked to a friend in the union, and I understand so many concerns. And I think there's got to be someone hopefully figuring all that stuff out. But from a technology standpoint, it's a computer that you've trained with 1,000 things, and it's going to give you what it gives you. And hopefully it's helpful and saves people time. I think the most important thing for AI is, especially like when you're asking questions to it or you're needing help, is knowing enough to know what you're asking for. And it still involves very senior people to do that most of the time.
Yeah. So training it in a way to make it what you need it to be, because it is trainable.
Yeah.
So ask the right questions, get the right answers.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a progress.
I assume at some point every company will have their own engine that they've fed their own stuff. It'll be interesting.
Lauralea, I'm going to let you get out there and see some more cool stuff. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.